Good afternoon, Taurus. So, the series I'm doing right now is Summer Love. And just got done with Aries. And I'm learning a lot with this whole YouTube thing. It's like, totally get the software before you decide to do anything or figure out how you're going to make everything come together and work. Because I've been just like going for a couple hours now trying to make everything all perfect and, awesome because I'm Aries and that's what we freaking do, obsess about weird shit. But anyway, if you get a chance, check out the Aries one because there is a channel message about our military families coming up in the next couple of months. And so what I'm doing here is we're doing the crystal ball and then coupled with tarot. And just for clarifiers, we're looking to see what's going on with Taurus for summer love. And that would be July and August. The Aries one did kind of go into the end of September, so we'll see what the old crystal ball has to say for Taurus as far as summer love. Summertime is, it's awesome. It's about that. You go on vacation, you open up, you're tan, you look great, you have all this confidence, and love just seems to find you. And it's funny if we can't just always feel that way all the time, how easy love would find us. That's why they call it summer love. Usually doesn't last, but the last reading I did surely did. And we're in a time now where summer love is way different than it used to be. I remember being a teenager and there was always that summer boyfriend, always a summer boyfriend. So and then you went back to school, and it's usually because he was visiting or something. You guys went to different schools, whatever. But for summer love, for adults, it's a little bit different now. So but we're on Taurus. I have to say, I had a hard time. Not that Taurus isn't stubborn, or every single deck I had to shuffle was just being obstinate and stubborn and eager, extremely eager, just Russian bulling, and I was like, okay, every deck. So I did kind of look into what was going on with your sign, and basically with all the planets like in retrograde, was it Saturn and Mercury and Mars and let's see what this guy we have. Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Neptune, and Pluto all in retrograde at the end of July. So, you're talking about some chaos. And then what comes in, what planets are entering into your sign, it causes like this big, like what happens in July causes like this big pull, like you're being slowed down. Like somebody's trying to lasso the bull, you know what I mean? So it's like, "Urgh!" And just turn obstinate, still trying to push forward, but the planets are, in control, and then all of a sudden, when you just feel like you're slowing down, you get jerked moving forward real fast. So, I had to look. I was like, something's up with Taurus because, that's craziness right there. So you guys are quite a summer coming up. A lot of changes. A lot of things going the way that it makes you extremely frustrated and uncomfortable. A lot of communication planets. So with Mercury and Mars, I think is what I read. Just a lot of communicating. So if you're a Taurus that's not comfortable with that, there will be a lot of that happening in July for you. But okay, so we're going to pull an overall energy card for Taurus, and just because it was so, and it seems like it's going to be difficult. It's not bad or anything like that. It's just like the rest of us, uncomfortable energy. I was placed last week being in Aries with Mars going into retrograde. Really messed me up. I had a bad week, but God, it's just one of those times. It's just for everybody in some weird way. Where all of us have all those planets going, it just, I don't know. So I'm going to pull it over our energy for some love. And I'm going to the Sun, or the Night Sun Tarot to pull the overall energy card for Taurus. I mean, when I was shuffling, these cards were flying everywhere. They were stubborn. They wouldn't bend. Couldn't get them to shuffle accordingly. So, okay, so overall energy for Taurus. That's why we got the little bull here. We have the Two of Pentacles. There's the bullhorns. And that's probably pretty much the way you're going to feel. See how he's sitting on the Two Pentacles there. Seems uneasy, or he's maybe being a little cautious because he knows things are being thrown at him and jolted. He doesn't necessarily feel in control. He or she, and that's the one thing about this deck, is that the male and female energies just seem to be like androgynous. They're just like, all the characters seem to, they could be one or the other. And if you notice here on this Two of Pentacles, there doesn't really appear to be a lot going on, but this bull is completely aware of what could possibly come at him. And he is standing dangerously close to that ridge where he could topple over, or if something comes out of the blue, he could fall over. But he's extremely aware. So be extremely aware. But that's the overall energy for Taurus for summer love. Alright. I'm actually going to do something different because I had such a problem with shuffling these cards. I'm going to go ahead and do the crystal ball, but then I'm going to pull the fairy cards because they were the least resistant. So we're going to steer away from what we obviously know is going to be, you know, some issues coming up for Taurus this summer, for summer love, or just period in general. So I'm going to go ahead and here, putting this crystal ball. It's going to be silent for just a second until I can gather my mind to get things going here. So this is about Taurus, summer love. Well, I am seeing a heart. I just have to see what's behind that heart. actually seeing, Taurus, you guys being torn between two people. Somebody that was in your past and somebody that you have brought into you presently. It's like as soon as you start up this attraction with the person that you had been pursuing and or thinking about or wishing you could go out on a date or talk to or start something with, all of a sudden comes somebody from your past, like I almost want to say like a first love, and all of a sudden that person comes and stands ahead of the person you had currently been thinking about pursuing. I mean, you hadn't even thought about this person in forever, but there is a huge heart that's just basically made out of their two faces, and it hasn't gone away, which means you have equal love for both. So obviously you've had time to spend with this person that you had recently brought into your life and have affectionately, you have fallen in love, but the person from your past, I mean, that just, of course, always hold something really awesome for us in our hearts. I'm thinking one of them has come, maybe be in a work situation, because I see you two signing something, and I'm not sensing it's like a mutual contract. It's almost like necessary business-wise, what you'd have to do, a vehicle contract or something like that. And they just can't seem, they come in and out of moving ahead of one another as far as for your affection. But in your heart and in your mind, you really can't put one above the other right now. And it's weighing on you very, very heavily, because things are going fast with both of them. You feel kind of lost. You honestly don't know what to do. I'm also seeing that there's going to be a moment where these two face off. Whether they actually run into one another or purposefully have a meeting or a conversation. They are still standing side by side each other. That is crazy. You know, the funny thing is that they do look very similar. Which is hard on the new girlfriend because, of course, we all realize that when you fall in love with somebody, you end up getting a type. And because you do remember the fun, fond memories, those things about somebody that physically just wowed you, and you just kind of stick with those, and you keep trying to find it again through somebody else, and it's just through a type. And I do see that the old girlfriend, your first love or puppy love, high school love, does try to step back, but then you go after her. It's almost like you have a meeting on the beach or in the park or... And basically what that creates is that you now have a situation where you are seeing your current person and having an affair with your previous love. Your current one is believing that she has just gone away, but the second she did, you went after her, or him, either way. Him or her. I know I get stuck on that and I shouldn't. It's overall general for Taurus. I do see you guys near water, whether it be lake or Great Lake or beach. It doesn't appear to be like tropical too much, but and very slowly and desperately, I see the current girlfriend just diminishing. She's actually like she's going into quicksand. She's being just covered up, buried. She doesn't see it coming. She doesn't understand. Or he. Sorry if I keep doing that. Let's see what else there's there. And honestly, I almost see you stepping back, just saying this is all just too much. I'm not real happy with what I've done. If I'm so confused, and this is like, you know, because Taurus can be they're stubborn, but they can be very level-headed. What am I chasing here? Am I chasing the memory, the person? I've just put out this other person. Now all of a sudden, yeah, they're back in your head as equals, and they're both being covered up at the same time. So I apologize to her too in maintenance out there. I will say one is taller than the other. Quite a bit, actually. That's really all I see is like this summer you'll be stuck between the two of these people, and you have to make a choice. And I do have to say, and hold on, let me do this. Jesus, sweet Lord Jesus. Hold on. Alright, sorry about that. Like I said, I do see that you really are stuck between these two people. You love them very, very much, these two women. I do believe the one is somebody you work with or is directly work-related or in the same field as you are. The other one is a past love. Past love is taller. They look very, very similar, which affects your current love. Your current love is like forever changed as a person because of this. She's nervous and anxious, and her self-esteem isn't quite as it was when she entered the relationship. She was a confident, independent woman before, but now she is kind of getting a first-hand view of reality about love and what attracts people, and so she's always in her head about, is it me that he's attracted to, or is it basically just her? But she's not willing to let go. I can't say she's doing a lot of fighting. She's fighting to keep control of herself. She may be drinking a little bit, and maybe she quit smoking. She started smoking again. So, yeah, she's a little bit of a nervous wreck. But the new love isn't backing away either. She's like, no, history here. And I have to say, he's got, like, where the current love brings like calmness and stability. The old love is like excitement and passion. And both of these women are very, very enlightened. Which is kind of shocking that the other one just didn't really figure out that there might be some hanky spanky going on, but she's so much in her head and consuming things to stay cool, at least to you, in front of you. I just feel like people want to tell me something else. The energy is so strong. Funny thing is, I keep seeing like a bird, like a bluebird. Well, one of them wins out in the end because they're holding you and holding on tight, and that look on her face like, I won. I don't know, I just want to say Aries or Taurus male and then females. I'm getting that your current love is an air sign. Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. Your past love. She's highly intuitive. If you don't even know that, she's got gifts. I'm seeing the triple moon with her. I'm going to take that moon sign for her sign, and it was that Cancer. All I know is there's some serious love going on for both of these women. Sorry. Pisces. Okay. Should have known that. So we were talking about an air sign or a water sign, Pisces, Cancer. And I'm sorry if I'm a little off on the signs today. It's crazy. Water signs anyway. Sorry, I've got all this stuff going on. I probably shouldn't even be doing this reading at this point, but I'm so far into it that I think there is something useful to be said here. And it's pretty adamant. It's Taurus, you're talking about third-party situation, and the funny thing is initially in the beginning they know about one another. They even have a coming together. So, and then maybe that's where this also Two of Pentacles energy is coming from as well with you on steady ground as you're looking around. The air sign for your current love, how it was represented to me was as a tornado, which is kind of volatile. So maybe something to look out for. And you got the cool, Pisces woman who, and Pisces are amazing, but they're so deep and really hard to wrap your hand around. Fish, like if you ever tried to grab fish, you know what I mean? They're just, they're hard to hold on to. They're hard, a hard sign. But if you get a hold of one, it's like heaven. They're heaven. I love Pisces. I love Aries men and I love Pisces men. And if you've got both, you are like, done and done. Done and done. I mean, how amazing is that? To be charismatic and also, it's like the rebel. Aries and Pisces. Woo. Anywho, okay, so that's the energy for that. So let's go ahead and pull some clarifiers. Basically, you're stuck in having to decide between the two of them. So let's hope you do that, because that's where you're stuck. You're like, I really don't know, and you're not too happy about yourself. You don't want to continue on in that situation, almost to the point that if you can't make up your mind, you're going to let them both go. And there seems to be quality in both. The only, and it doesn't surprise me much about the Pisces female being, wanting the secret rendezvous, that kind of excitement with love. That's Pisces for you. They are something else. They are. I have my history with a few Pisces males, and it's fond memories and or recent fond memories. So, and discoverance of that one person I was telling you about as well. As it turns out, he's got extreme amount of Pisces in his natal chart. So, was not shocked at all of the attraction and or the attitude that was completely Aries, but then there's this touch of mysterioso, because Aries are not mysterious, but Pisces are. So, and hence why we all adore them and fall in love with them, and they go run screaming. So that's maybe the only warning about the Pisces female is a little bit of that needing that excitement level, and maybe that's what this is for her. But there does seem to be love, and it's the same with the current, that she's kind of reaching out to some things that aren't so great that could have effects on her personality and or how she handles stress about the situation. So, but then again, it could be just like an undercurrent of telling you, hey, maybe in other things too, she may turn into this tempest. So, just those are just cautionary things and basic for women, but just because of how they were being presented to me. I love that Two of Pentacles where you're kind of freaked out. It's a little bit freaked out. I'm gonna look at those signs too, those Hebrew letters. Also, those mean a lot, and really being pulled in me. Sometimes I pull those cards at the Night Sun Tarot, And I'm not really pulled to really find out too much about that. It's really to look at the visual. But, and it's funny, when I said, whomever this is speaking to, or set of series of Taurus, or, and this may not just be the male with the two females. It could, because of our energies being male or female one way or the other, it could be the other way around. So if this is resonating with you, this is about you if you're a female with two males. So, and also that, and because I'm just intuitively going off of whoever I'm channeling. Obviously there's more than one Taurus that are having this problem. Wow. Lucky you. Who I was also talking about where, and if you look, where this couple's on water. And if you were to look at this, and you can look at it a certain ways, and there's a little bit of illusion going there, because if you look at the background, it kind of looks like a lake or body of water or whatever. But then again, it could be clouds. But that's how, when I looked at this card, that's what I saw. So this is just kind of like a validation. Also that the ground is extremely soft where you're standing. You don't have solid footing with one or the other too much, really. Maybe this foot is just a smidge more stable, has a little bit more ground beneath it. All right. So, let's talk about the past girl. See what the old tarot has to say about your past loved ones now come into your life and just really sent your world reeling. What they got to say about her and the situation with love. Do you keep her? Do you let her go? These cards just are stubborn. This is talking. Ooh, see what I mean? Goodness. Okay, all of those jumped out. So what I'm going to do is you seem to be very resistant. And I looked at the bottom when I said that, and it was the star. Remember, she was represented by the moon, which is Pisces. And I'm really bad today about my signs. I've got some distractions, and I apologize. I do know these things, but so this is what came up. The past girlfriend. The star. Oh, and there it is. 2 Pentacles. In reverse. And to me, this is just almost, again, totally validating. But then again, when I look at this other card too, that they're both kind of looking at wherever the light is emanating from, and it's not real clear if it's the sun or the moon. But if the star's coming up, I mean, it seems like you might be leaning a little bit more towards your past girlfriend, but this is in reverse. Seems to be remorse. Your kind of your pull is. Put those down, and we're going to clarify the 2 of Pentacles reversed for the past girlfriend. Your past girlfriend or boyfriend. I keep saying it. I just keep stuck in my state of whomever I'm challenging, or channeling. Taurus has been challenging me today for sure. And she's cool as a cucumber. Mixing her little magic with the moon headband. In the moonlight bathing, she is that sexy siren. Oh, that's funny. I had the same card come up in the Aries reading. So we have the Four of Pentacles reversed. Two Pentacles reversed and the Four of Pentacles reversed. I'm going to clarify those. So what's going on there? I mean, besides, you know, your obvious indecision about this and being a Taurus, you're an earth sign. That's what Pentacles are about. Even though you're looking towards the Pisces, you still have that thing itching in the back of your mind, which makes the other girlfriend slash boyfriend, whichever, I mean, this could be same sex as well, whoever's the male or energy or female energy. Queen of Swords. Woo. Flew out. Oh, and she was kind of in reverse. So I'm going to go ahead and place that in reverse. We're talking about the Queen of Wands in reverse. I'm starting to see something about your little past thing here that she's very aware, and as you see, that she has your heart. But there's something up. Almost, and I hate such a strong word because I don't know if it's quite that strong, but vendetta kind of weirdness, like, or maybe just a misuse of her ability to control you on some level, as far as keeping you in her clutches, keeping your little heart in that cage. Oh, with the Four of Pentacles reversed, and the Two of Pentacles reversed over there. I know usually this means, you know, kind of losing your stability a little bit, and maybe she has, but she's very money oriented. I think she might be spinning a little spin here. We're going to look that up. She may be just playing a little bit of a game. Almost like if she doesn't get what she wants out of this, she is going to, I mean, she has the ability to just see how she's holding her sword. She's almost reminding you that she does have that weapon. And with your heart in that cage. I wonder what that means, as far as, I'm almost in, when I said it, the first thing that came into my mind was almost like your fear of her leaving again, and where that's going to leave your heart. And almost like she's aware that you have that fear. So you've given her some power. And this is the Queen of Wands in reverse. And to me, every time I see the Queen of Wands, and she's very, very charismatic. And we have the Queen of Wands as the overall energy for the Aries. But when I see this card, I'm just reading that there. It's a trickster. She's wearing a mask. She's the actress. She's really this. Looks like she's, has an agenda. She's fully aware of what she's doing, where the situation is. She's, that this does represent an air sign. That doesn't necessarily mean anything, and because I saw her as Pisces or a water sign with that moon being very, very represented, but it could just be that the moon's telling you somebody is not being quite forthright as well. That she may be somebody that is highly intuitive. It may be somebody who knows how to control and manipulate what's going on around her through her talents and power. And she knows she's got you. And then we see her here. She is using her feminine powers to keep you stirred in your passion. If you don't see in that triangle, normally would be for the masculine with the fire in the heart. But as you can see, and I hate to say this, but that's turned into the chalice, basically. And looks like a little sperm to me. This woman is, she's conniving. Oh my God. I never would have saw that in the crystal ball. There was so much amazingness going on. Saw the passion. Maybe that's why she backed away. What the world? This woman has intentions. She has intentions. Be careful, Taurus. This could be a male too. If it's the male, he's got intentions of making sure that instead of doing it the way that maybe the other young lady is and just letting it go and losing her mind over it and kind of, internalizing and not really doing much on the outside, she's manipulating to win. Because maybe she doesn't want to do the work. She's, it's funny because when you have a past love, there's that history that's just there, and somebody in your present can't compete with that. Especially if this person has held this, you kind of held a torch, and to the point to where you have typed her, where now almost every girl you date looks like her. You're trying to get her back. She recognizes it 100%. And is using that to all her power to get you, bar none. She's manipulating her way into a place in your life, even to the point to where she's using her feminine powers to the utmost. And if you have a baby, you have a baby. Make sure she's on the pill. Make sure he's using a condom, whichever it is. If you don't want to get pregnant. Because when you get a person that's that intuitively talented or gifted, and it's almost like you hate to see that when you have this gift, that anybody uses it for manipulation or for wrong. And to me, it's wrong when you do that. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. But I think she's... that fear I said about, losing you or losing her, and then having that fear, losing her again, and her using that as a power. But I think it's mutual. I think it's mutual. It's almost like she's got your heart, but she's also telling that heart, don't you dare take mine either. And I'm going to make sure that it doesn't. I don't care what I have to do. You're mine, and I know that I can manifest this situation and what I need it to be, And I've already got the leg up, like as you know, this more little bit of stable ground, even though the ground's really soft on that Two of Pentacles. I do have to say he sees more life in you, and I say that just because with that Two of Pentacles in reverse, there's that plant that's right there. And I don't know, when I just saw this, it's like where the stable footing is what would represent the past girlfriend. He's kind of stabilizing her and almost pushing the other one away. But then again, he's not. But we'll find out why. And then we have the Eight of Wands. And we know the Eight of Wands is definitely about movement and speed. She's wanting this to your past person, male or female, wanting. She's working so hard. You see what she's done with all her tools, her wands. She's gone into the den and grabbed that lion. She wants this to happen now. So she even made an apparatus. She is dwindling her magic, making an apparatus to get this forward moving and direction and her capturing her kill. Coming out of that cave. She's tired of being in that cave. She's tired of being nice about it. Everything. She's like, all right, you forced me. And as you can see, she's probably doing a lot of this through thought process. I know the law of attraction. We're going to be talking about that, about Andrew Jackson Davis. See her hand almost as in meditation. All through her mind and the third eye, she is doing this. All of it. She is a little witchy woman, that one you got there. She knows what she is doing. She's a warrior woman. My goodness. But you see her as that shining star, and she sees herself as that shining star too. And now we have the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah. And there's the Taurus sign. There you go, Seven of Pentacles. For me, this is all about lining up your chakras, getting to that place to where you start becoming aware. So maybe do a little bit of an awakening. Kind of do that. Reflect inside yourself. Do some meditating. As she's meditating, you do the same. Maybe even meditate together. You could channel what's going on with her. They're asking you really to open up that crown chakra there and let the divine in. And so you can get a true sense of what's going on with this person. I don't want to say bad, but then again, it's like she's manipulating, and very gifted in magic, basically, and that's all that the law of intent is. You put that law of attraction in the universe. She knows how to use it. She knows how to manipulate it, manifest the energy to her own good, without she's sidestepping, without just allowing a natural process to go on. And whether or not you want to decide, she's going to make sure one way or the other you decide. So get back into yourself. Find a way to open yourself up so that you can, because this is still work that needs to be done, almost work that still needs to be done on you. And maybe ask to yourself, what is it about this person? And is this person in my life so that there's something that I may need to correct? Because any person that comes along that looks like her and wants to go about things the same way, I'm going to fall for it every time. Because this person just has me. So start reflecting on what it is, what happened in the past, with, any patterns, anything like that that are going on. Go into meditation. Really explore in your heart, because that's what the green is your heart chakra. What is really, really going on with the attraction with this woman? And are you seeing anything that is similar to what happened in the past? So do that with this past person. And let me see if they've got anything left to say. And I'm sorry, I was trying to steer away from this, but these guys seem to be talking. And there's that wand energy, fire, Aries. I even hate to say this, but honest to goodness, this woman is trying to get pregnant. I mean, I'm even talking maybe using blood magic. If you see her, this is a magical, this is a witch. And one that's manipulating. Unless she's just so beside herself that she cannot stop herself from using everything she knows that she can do. Because here's that as you see with the Queen of the Wands reverse, she's the tricksterling and wearing the mask. She's representing herself in a way that is appealing to you, using all those good things that she knows that you love and like about her. And as she's in her thoughts and meditation, or that's how she's manifesting everything. Then, so we get back to her. And if you see, she's on the two stilts. Her legs are wrapped around, her legs are open. And right underneath her, funny thing, and you see all the red, and I can't help but to think, legs are open, red, menstrual. There's a little thing growing right there, and then also right where her legs are open, and I hate to say that, that is representation of the male. I'm thinking maybe the male is an air sign. And she's got her little lion mask on. How about that? Well, she doesn't have it on, but it's definitely a two-faced reaction that I see to that. And she's looking right down at what she's doing. This woman has intent. Woo! Taurus. Where's all the babies? We're having all these babies. Aries are having babies too. You females are throwing around your uterus. What are you doing? Oh my God. Okay, you guys are just too much for my life. This deck here. Taurus, male, female, whichever one, if this is resonating with you. If you're a female and you've got two males like this, you've got a man who's also, who could be very gifted. He's got intentions as well. If it's a male, I can't help but to feel like he's financially motivated. Where if it's the female, it's that she likes money. Not necessarily the motivation so much as she's not going to lose you again. because she can manifest anything. And if you weren't making the best money, then she's just going to make the whole life exactly what she needs it. She's going to control the whole thing, and she'll work at it every single day to make sure that this all happens the way that she knows she can manifest it. So it doesn't matter if you don't make the most money. She'll bring it into you for you guys, for your life. She'll work on that. But this really is asking you, and I'm going to say, even though the Queen is there, I definitely think that's representation of her attitude, but this may be a male air sign. Could be male Aries. Aries, Taurus, fire sign. Maybe she's the fire sign, and the moon, like I said, the moon is just, if these readings, it's so hard to tell. I mean, gosh, they could be any sign. They could be picking up on just an attitude of another sign when they come in the cards. So hard to tell. We always try to steer you in a direction of some sorts, but if any of this is resonating with you, and it's not, if it's a sign that we're not even speaking of, don't get discouraged, because if it's resonating with you at all, it's about you. So male or female, period. Man, oh man, you guys, summer love! Woo! Alright, so what I'm going to do is see what else they would like to say about your past lover that has really got you spinning. Well, I guess I'm going to stick with the fact that it's Pisces, because it almost just kind of makes sense. I mean, because when a Pisces does want something, they go for it full bore. And you're talking about one of the most intuitive, gifted signs of the zodiac. So, you know, and if it's a Pisces that's cusping on an Aries, I mean, or like I said, Pisces has a lot of Aries in the sign, vice versa. I mean, then you're talking about a doozy. I mean, you're talking about somebody that is extremely powerful, extremely charismatic. I mean, good Lord, this woman will rule the world. I'd be a master salesperson, you know what I mean? Like, that person could sell an ice mobile to Satan in hell. It never, that ice car in hell ain't never gonna melt, Lucifer. That kind of salesman. I mean, that comes with that actress thing too. So, and it's funny, these witch cards just are not feeling you. So, okay, you know, we won't force it. So what I'm gonna do is say, let's say something positive, or maybe not. What kept popping out, and I gotta say this, and it just came in my head as soon as I touched the fairy cards, and oh, rise above the problems, and peace of mind, and that's that color green again, people. Yeah, get yourself some clarity. Really think about her, explore her, start paying attention to her, Taurus, or him. Taurus, you got this person going on in your thing, and from your past, and you're all whirlwinded again, but if there's something that's pulling on you, and you know, and you think it's just because the other may have something, there may be something deeper. So really explore. Go into meditation. Write down your dreams. Anything that may tell you what's going on with this individual and what's really going on with you, and why she's able to do this. Come back in your life and do this, kind of remember where you were in the past. So, okay. Anything you want to say, oh, fairies, besides that? Alright, people. I think eventually, when you get get your clarity from the divine, when you start receiving your messages, everything starts becoming black and white to you about the behavior of this person, and you start really seeing for what it really, really is. And I don't think she's quite, she's not prepared for that. She's not prepared for somebody to come along and tell you, you might want to look into that. So let's see what the fairies say about letting go, because ultimately that's what they're saying you need to do to this person. And I, quite agree. I mean, wow. And that's funny because that's the one you were leaning towards. The one that had more stable ground, where you were wanting to hold on to her, and you saw all the growth and possibility, because that's what she's making you believe. You're so in love. You're just, for your past, your memories, the passion, the good times, the everything about her, the way she looks, the way she smells, the way she does kind of trip your trigger and know you to the point to where almost because it's so easy, because you guys do have a history. I know people grow, but their core parts of them don't, and she's attached herself to you in that aspect. And maybe the familiarity is also what is attractive to you. Might want to let that go. So this is letting go, and this is what the fairies are telling you to do, and this is coming from the fairy healing with the fairies oracle cards. So maybe there is a level of this that you do need to heal from, Taurus. So you aren't receiving positive results because you're struggling too much to solve the problem. By letting go, you're opening yourself up to a miraculous resolution. Problems are caused by human thinking and action. That's why problems aren't solved by additional human thinking and action. When we think hard or struggle to resolve a crisis, things can actually get worse. By drawing this card, you are being asked to stop the human struggle. Stop thinking about the problem. Since a focus on negativity can manifest even more negativity, say aloud or silently, I am willing to surrender this situation to my Creator right now. By affirming this statement, heaven is able to intervene on your behalf, and you will instantly feel relief and will be gratified to see how easily and naturally the situation resolves itself. So your affirmation is, I am willing to surrender the situation to my Creator right now. When I let go, everything will turn out perfectly. So instead of thinking on a human level where you were so stuck between the two of these people, let it go. Because when you go into this meditation and do some self-exploration, maybe not even use her or the other one as the reason why you're doing self-explanation, or why you wanting to, why is it that I can't make up my mind? What is going on with me as a Taurus that I can't make up my mind? I mean, why am I so stumped? So take it inside for yourself, not the situation, and open up your crown chakra. Really, really go into your heart and tell yourself what's really going on there outside of the situation. Let it go. Give it up to the divine, because he or she, whatever you believe in, or both, I believe in both, Divine Father and Divine Mother, are going to make it very obvious to you. Once you release your thoughts to them, they're going to come in and intervene on your behalf. Because right now you can't see 2 feet in front of you as far as a solution. I mean, this other one could, as nasty as it sounds, if it's a female and you're the Taurus male, I mean, she could, the basketball player things come to mind where, she's trying to do everything inside her power. She could do it right in front of your face and you still wouldn't see it. You're either that much in love or just that much in your head about what's going on, or which choice to make, or just separate yourself. And as you see, this person doesn't know the Seven of Pentacles. This is about work that's still in progress. So that's about you. You are work in progress, but there's nothing else around you. Remove yourself from the environment and concentrate on you and not this environment. And the divine are going to give you your answers, and fairly fast, because they want to intervene. They're really asking you to do this, because this is kind of detrimental. You have somebody that's doing some pretty good manipulation. So they are going to give you your answers. And then you won't be that reversed Two of Pentacles anymore. You know, maybe looking at the wrong side of it. And I'm going to pull my little the Green Witch Tarot. That's what we're also working with. And reverse just to see. Lots of stress. It's a difficult situation. It requires careful balance. Need to live within means. Like I said, this person does like money, so I'm sure you're kind of spending it on her a little bit. She's not, you know, like if it were the male, and like I think if it's a man with female Taurus, he's after her money because he doesn't want to work for it. But if it's the male Taurus female one that's manipulating and creating this whole scenario and controlling it, I think she likes money, the finer things, you know what I mean? She's not the one you take the Golden Corral. You know, you got to take her to the 4-star restaurant, 5-star restaurant, and it's designer bags, hairs, nails, that kind of thing. You might be spending a little bit too much on her there. Just a lot of stress. And you're almost, I mean, this girl got you. She got you, Taurus. This male got you. They just know you and are using it to every answer there. It's almost to the point where you are so grateful to have this person back in your life, and you have that love and that feeling again that you almost don't want it to change. You're not even seeing that it's a necessary thing that needs to change. You just can't see. So, step away from the situation. Just you. Do you, boo. Okay? Let God and Goddess work this out. You do you. And let it go. Give it to them. And, you will get your answers. So I'm so glad that we picked the past one, because that's definitely something to look into. Now what I want to do real quick is to see if they have anything to say, because also more my concern is for you is that I saw them both fading away, and that there was some tendencies with the current one that may not be the best for you as well. So let's see how she fares to Source in this situation, because your heart, I mean, there's literally a split between the two of them. The past thing you just can't get over. This woman's got you, and the present, where this is honestly like where you can see yourself. You're being more grounded with this other person. She looks like, she doesn't quite act like she looks like, because she's somebody who very independent, you know, air sign. Trying to figure out, I'm trying to read it a little bit. Aquarius seems to have a lot to do with these signs in love lately. I feel she's an Aquarius, or has that in her chart somewhere, because she is that person, and she's actually given herself up to love for once. And if you didn't know anything about Aquarius, it's not their style. They're very independent. They're very secure. They know who you are. That's why she's like the Tempest. She is really upside down. And she's used to her life being stable and being in control of that stability, because in honesty, there just has never been that person and now you're it, and you've got her thrown for a loop. And, you know, being that type of person, it's like, wait a minute, I'm just as beautiful, but she looks like me. Or I'm successful, and, you know, having that confidence that they can have anything they want on a natural plane, instead of being one that has to manipulate or use their powers just because, you know, they can, or it might be a little fun. Like I said, it's a Pisces, but I think it's got a heavy Aries female. And wow, that's, like I said, that woman will rule the world. So we're just going to pull, see if we get any information on this current that may help you out for us. And this is going a little long, and I apologize. So we got the current person. Is there anything I'm going to say as far as the decision for Taurus in regards to his current love or person? And, you know, I have to say, with this person is literally to the point of pulling her hair out. And I say that because throughout shuffling every single deck, my hair was getting tangled in. And as it did it again, it didn't do it at all for the past, but it did it for this one. This person is highly frustrated. Okay, so we've got the Knight of Wands. Charging in. Ready for battle. Got all the goods to go out there and whoop ass. Ready for war. Then you've got the Knight of Pentacles, which generally it would be good if it wasn't in reverse, but he's reversed. And he's looking away. Oh, actually, they're squaring off. Let's let you know. Look, they're squaring off. Thought he was looking away, but she's actually looking at. She is ready to fight. That's excellent. So we definitely know that the Wands is representing the past person, but what I want to do is read that Pentacles reversed and what it may mean in the Night Sun Tarot. And it's funny because the Night Sun Tarot, they follow a sequence of Page, Queen, King, and then Knight. So the Wands, Knight of Wands, is adventurer, channeled instinct, it's funny how they're so greatly, I mean, represented, really. I mean, look at the cover on the face. Shield covering its back. Using that wand, it's been flicking around, swishing around, Levioso and all that kind of stuff, manifesting this. There's a whole lot of temp. That horse ain't really moving too much. You know what I mean? That's funny. And then you've got the Pentacle. Where this horse is obviously in movement. Doesn't need to wear a mask. The weapons she's packing are not obvious, like the prickly pear, shield on the back, the heavy turban, the masked face, the burning wand. She's got the light behind her, him, whichever this represents. All she needs is what's packed away in that bag, which is her confidence and the fact that her pony, what she's riding as far as getting answers or getting this just moving in the right direction and or in her or his direction, she's actually on a horse that's moving. Doesn't have to work for it. This is like just something that naturally is going on, where the Wands is all about, you know, the manifestation and yeah. That Knight of Pentacles has the Sun behind him / her and a moving horse. Well, the other one's looking all pretty, right? You look like, you know, you get people that I say, and nobody get mad, but you know, the cowboys that they're in the city and they dress like they just got back from the rodeo out at the bar, you know, that kind of guy, that kind of cat, you know, wearing all the gear but not necessarily not being that for real. It's just a persona, sort of, you know, almost kind of like my vintage thing. Obviously I don't live in the 50s, but I bring in that, you know, era of hair, or 40s or 50s, even when I sing music. Love it. So maybe that's not fair to say, but I do it because it's an essence of my soul. I see people do those things like a lot of times, where they have like the pavement princess truck. Obviously this isn't, I mean, yeah, maybe your soul, what good is what use is that, you know, I don't know. Maybe it's a bad analogy. I think it's just a bad analogy. Anyway, just getting all fancied up, the fuss and muss, so you don't see what's really there. You know what I mean? But not in a way that's feeding her soul. So that's like it's a pure thing. It's with intent, so that you don't notice, or the other person doesn't notice that she really doesn't have any power, like on an earthly plane. Like she is magical wise, but you know, good wins out bad every single time, and even if you have all that stuff's going to come back to you in some measure. So you may win the battle, but you're not going to win the war, and that's to the old girlfriend. Okay, so we're going to Pentacles. Just going to see if I can get a little clarification on that. So basically it's just, like I said, it's talking about laziness and inactivity, but we've got that green thing going on for her and the light behind her, and she's ready to square off. Maybe she's tired of sitting back and not doing anything about the situation. Like okay, I'm done. You know, usually this wouldn't be at all what I would do, and got to, but you know, I'll be damned. I finally fell in love with somebody. This chickie gonna come along and just mess up my world, you know. And then it's funny when they interfaced before, it wasn't a war. It was almost like a conceding on some sense, and that was the old girlfriend. But that was out of manipulation, so she could manifest that, stir that pot in his heart, his, you know, fun tank on the secret rendezvous stuff by the beach, and you know, really making him believe that there's something else going on. And we've got cards flying everywhere. What is with this card? 9 of Cups again. And that's for your girlfriend coming up. Pisces. Ah! Damn it. Damn it, Taurus. And that's Aquarius with the 3 of Swords and pierced heart. And this is Pisces. And just because I want to be clear on this, because I think what's happened here is, even though there's a face-off, looks like old girlfriend one with her stuff. Looks like she may be getting pregnant. Or already pregnant. Everybody's pregnant. I wonder what this eclipse is doing. You know, I'm just going to pull one more because we're getting a lot of babies. A lot of babies. The Aries babies were a love baby. This was a manipulation baby. Still out of love. Wow. King of Wands. She just won. Wow, that's craziness. I'm just like, how are you going to react to this? How do you react? That you find out, past girlfriend, trying to go inside yourself to figure out what that problem is and what's going on with her. And this other person who's basically tired and was going to fight and everything else, and then just gets put out by that King of Wands. With that new baby coming and everything. You have a very balanced way of looking at what's going on around you, really, honestly. You're so in love with your Pisces, heavy on the Aries woman / male Taurus person, that this is all just about life. That's life. That's that you have accepted that that's the way that it turned, and you're good with it. Just, you know, every aspect of life goes up, life goes down. That's what you do. You stepped out and back and away, and maybe because of that you were able to handle this with clarity without thinking about it in the way like it was dictated when I read it back to you. Which me as an Aries, I'm like, hell no, you know what I mean? And they're like, don't, just step back from it, because we're, you know, wow, she loved you that much, and that's you loving her back, and just going with the flow. And it's not anything you have to, now it's back to business, just going about things as the wheel turns. But now you're contributing. Now you feel like you're a part of it. I think another part of your meditation is being grounded enough to participate in the movement rather than being puppeteered, which I think probably makes you very happy. And as a Taurus, makes you feel grounded, gives you everything that you were seeking in her, that the other one had the pull for. So when you went inside yourself, and it wasn't so much about making the choice between these two women, it was about stepping outside of it so that you could be clear about yourself, that you yourself can bring you that stability that you were seeking in the other. What the draw was for the Aquarius person, male, female, or air sign, whatever that is. So that in the end you didn't feel like, even though you were aware of a little crazy here, and maybe you just love it. Love me so crazy. And I do believe that about Taurus. They do love them a little bit of crazy. That's what kind of thwarts the, you know, squirrel their attention. And but usually you can't find grounding with a person like this, the stability, that stable ground. And I'm just hinting at it right here. Like, all of it comes circle. That Wheel of Fortune again all comes full circle with the explanation of why crazy, witchy manipulator on her deathbed, do whatever it takes, is going to keep her man. Not again, you're not going anywhere this time. And you leaning more towards her anywho, trying to figure out why you can't choose between the two of them. It had anything to do with either one of them as women. It had to do with you as a person. And that you are the one who provides your grounding, that you don't have to feel this way, accept the graciousness of love, and that even though it was kind of manifested in a weird way, and normally I would be, like I said, well, going Medea on it, like, what the hell? But I guess you can't admire somebody who really goes for what they want, and you being really very aware, and the divine basically telling you that we don't want you to feel negatively about it. We want you to accept this gift. We realize that she's crazy. We gave her gifts, or his gifts, and I keep saying that, and I apologize. I'm just being me. But you don't have to be confused anymore, and I don't want you to feel like there's something wrong with you because you're so attracted to this person, to the fact that you are trying to recreate her in other people, and that the one thing she was missing, you were afraid that she couldn't give you and the other one could, and that's why you wouldn't let go. Because the truth is it was all inside you all along to provide that for yourself. So now, doing the clarity, you're able to enjoy the fact that you have your love by releasing it to the divine, so you can get some clarity and it be about yourself. Now that's awesome. And look at that. That is the 10 of Pentacles. Even though it is reversed, it's still good. Or it was the 9. I'm sorry, the 9. It's the 9. It's, it's still all there. That harvest. You may be a little skewed on your sight, but they're telling you that that's okay. They really are telling you that it's okay. So I'm going to, yep, because there's a Hierophant. Good job, Taurus. Good job. Most people don't come out of a situation like that looking at it positively and knowing that it's positive. I mean, just getting that clarity so that you don't have to live in that shadow of, was I manipulated? Is there something wrong with me? Did I miss out on something the other person? Absolutely. You found yourself in it. You found yourself in this situation through these two young ladies. And you have nothing but great things coming for you. And the Hierophant is telling you that is the marriage card. This is the marriage and family. You got a baby coming, all that good stuff. So I want to do this one for you guys, Taurus. That's amazing. I love your reading. What a roller coaster. But that's what those planets were telling you. It's like you got all this weird, and you got pushed forward, and then in the end it's all good. It was a roller coaster ride, right? Gee whiz, Taurus. Okay, this is what they Keepers of the Light. So this is your divine statement from the Keepers of the Light. And you have Hilarion. Again, the green, guys, in your heart. So this past love is your heart. You went with your heart. You went inside and explored your heart. Divine healing. Honor your sensitivity. Retreat to recharge and heal. And your light can support others. And I think just as for the rest of the remainder with this person and your family life and what goes on in your future, you ever feel yourself tipping in a weird way, just go here. They're going to remind you of the awesomeness that you did for yourself and the awesomeness that is this that you have created with your past love, that is now your current love and your forever love. And do that. I am going to read the book. I just don't want to miss anything because Taurus, that's amazing. I'm so happy. Oh, because poor Aries, they had to go through a little bit of stuff, and theirs that ended up positive too. But it's like, oh my god, And then you're like roller coaster. Goodness, and you know what? I see Taurus just being so even keeled through the whole thing, and they're in their head a lot. But the truth is they're not going nuts. Like Even the poor old Aquarius woman is doing all she can. And she was ready to fight. She was ready to square off. But guess what? Oh, Mama's having a baby. Oh, Mama Pisces is having a baby. She won. That's because she drove that passion. And Aquarius can be very passionate as well. But they're in a way that isn't as exciting. It is at the moment when it starts happening. In that moment when it's happening. Like you sit next to each other and then you start kissing, and then all of a sudden it turns into this a tempest of passion and everything, where with Pisces it's this mysterious way of going. It's almost a seduction. They just like fishermen with fish, that you just you're gonna keep, you just keep going, and the fish keep enticing you, popping up in little bubbles and grabbing the bugs and jumping out of the water, and you're like, oh shoot, gonna go. So Pisces, I'm telling you, there's something. They're my favorite of the entire zodiac besides Aries males. As far as males are concerned, and females the Pisces have been my best friends, have been Pisces females. And Aries always does really, really well with that. So we have Valerian on 44. 44. And just so you know, and I'm going to read this too, what 44 means. Because I'm so beside myself right now with your reading. I mean, I'm spinning, and I have been since I started your reading. I mean, I just can't keep a thought going here, and I want you to hear this. 44 is a big deal. This Alright. 44 carries the double vibrations of the number 4, making its energies and influence magnified. Number 4 resonates with the attributes of support, stability, and establishing solid foundations for self and others, willpower and effort, ability and worthiness, hard work in achieving success, wholeness, and inner wisdom. Number 4 is associated with our passions and drive and the energies of the archangels. Angel number 44 asks that you pay attention to your intuition and inner wisdom, as your connection with your angels and the angelic realm is very strong at this time. You are encouraged to continue on your current path as you drive, and determination will lead you to success and fulfillment. Angel number 44 brings a message that you are being surrounded by helpful, loving angels who wish to bring you peace of mind, that peace of mind card that came out with the fairies, and joy of heart. So they just wanted you to understand. Even I couldn't see it. I couldn't get past the manipulation, but that's Aries. But they didn't want you to be that way. They wanted you to see past it and see the joy and what's really going on with you. Peace of mind and joy of heart. Angel number 44 indicates that you are being given support and encouragement along your path, and when faced with an obstacle, rest assured that your angels are most willing to assist. Be assured that solutions to any issues or problems will soon be revealed. It just is that the archangels are with you. They're guiding you. They're giving you that inner strength and support. And pretty much everything you do. And the number 44 tells you that you have nothing to fear in regards to your life, work, and divine life purpose, soul mission. You are on it. You are on it. This summer is, and this whole thing puts you on your life path, and I'm getting chills. Taurus, I'm so happy for you. This whole thing and going inside of you just starts. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. 44 tells you that you have nothing to fear in regards to your life, work, and divine life purpose and soul mission. The angels surround and support you, encouraging you to keep up the good work you've been doing. The angels and archangels are always available for help and guidance. All you need to do is ask. So you're probably going to be one of those people that will see 44 in a lot of things, like anytime you get change at the bank or a grocery store, radio station, time of day, looking, so that's probably going to resonate with you a lot, especially if you start feeling down and always just kind of go inside yourself. But I'm going to read the Solarian real quick and then we'll be done with this reading. Oh my God! Oh, about a 2-hour ride. But it's like when you would do all over again because the ending is so awesome. Because you would totally go through it all over again. All right. Honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal, and your light can support others. Hilarion is a spiritual master who lived in the Middle East during the 4th century. At the age of 15, he felt the call to go to the retreat of St. Anthony in the Egyptian desert. This was busy with people needing healing. So after a while, he went back home with some monks. And during that time, his parents passed away. And it is said that Hilarion was so devoted to service, he gave all of their estate to his brothers and the poor. For the rest of his life, he lived as a hermit in a cave and was said to perform miracles with his prayers and touch. To this day, he is dedicated to healing, but he also helps spiritual people who feel overly sensitive to overcome their challenges and integrate with the normal world. And I just want to say this too, and maybe this woman knew this about him. I mean, that he could turn and hermitize himself. And she's the one who says, oh no, honey, I'm bringing you out because you was good and you can do the goods for everybody. I'm seeing so much different positivity in this now. It's like I'm doing your journey with you. I'm just singing a little afterwards. I can't get past my Aries self. I am who I am. But look, she's brought you out of the cave. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. You probably were kind of an introvert, and she's kind of bringing you out of that because you have a life purpose that's outside of that. That could be great, healing for people. So if this is you, Taurus, and this person, oh my God, I would have thought, run screaming, but that's what I do anyway. I do that in love anyway. Run screaming. Saw any of that indication, I would have ran, but that's a lesson for everybody. That really is a lesson for everybody. If you see these red flags, it's like the second you see a red flag, you need to do something about it. No, you don't. Maybe you need to just step back and let the divine work and tell you what's going on, because maybe she's not wearing the mask, but maybe the whole mask of what's going on, if the Queen of Wands reversed, isn't the person. It's just the situation to kind of pop you out of where you are because you're needed on a higher level. This is goodness, and because of her personality and who she is as far as her gifts and everything, it just had to be disguised as such. That was the urgency of stepping outside of the situation. Get out of your head and look inside yourself so they can just deliver the message to you. Oh, what a lesson for everybody. So if you're cross-watching, okay, anybody that may be having red flags, that's just some advice from the universe, right? From source. So think about it. So the world can seem, and this is the extended message, so the world can seem overwhelming to you, and it's okay to retreat to a safe space every now and then to cleanse and recharge your energy. You may feel called to serve others or share your healing with them, but please ensure that you are filled up with light, love, and energy first, so that you're not sacrificing your own development for others. You are surrounded by the healing light of Hilarion and the healing angels at this time so that you can recharge and feel whole. So anytime you start feeling that way like you did initially in this right here, just retreat. And when you start feeling a little depleted or it's time to back off and go back in within yourself, recharge and go about your life. Go about your wonderful, wonderful, wonderful life. Taurus, awesome. Congratulations. Now, I didn't see anything about a marriage, but I'm sure, who knows? You know, there's a lot going on as far as work as a person, and your person working really hard for you. And then in turn, you got like little trifecta going on. You have the divine working for you as well. Everybody working really, really hard, and everybody's, you know, with all the planets in retrograde like that, it makes total sense that it took every bit of everything. It took source, it took your other person, and it took you all to do the work to make this to be a really awesome summer of love for you, Taurus. I'm so happy for you, and I hope you enjoy the reading. So if this resonates with you and you like, please like and subscribe. People are watching, and I'm like and subscribe. Leave a comment, you know, something. Help me, because I have been led to do this, and I know people are watching. It's and sometimes you forget to subscribe. I do it all the time myself. But I'm new, and I want you guys to kind of, you know, reach out to me when you need me and let me know what's going on, and even how I can grow and be nice. So, Taurus, you rock. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations in your summer of love. And I will see you later. And you know what? Remember that person said, did I got this right? I'm all about the moon. Shavana, reading the moon. I'm trying to figure out this moon thing, and let's pull for me and moon, and I love that when I was like that. But love you to the moon and back. Congratulations, Taurus. You guys be good this summer.